Hi, I'm JC and this is dadbodwithjc. I'm doing this little fitness thing for about 60 minutes every evening, and yeah, I'm past day 30 here. Um, I've changed things up recently. I'll start stretching a little bit while I talk. I've changed things up a little recently. I was doing seven nights a week basically, but I realized that on the weekends I like going outdoors and doing running, biking, tennis, that sort of thing. And I was getting well over an hour of, something on the weekends. So by the time it came to doing this in the evenings, I was out of gas. I was just spent, especially after doing Monday through Friday, 5 1-hour sessions. I didn't have anything left in the tank. I was a little overspent. At some point in time, I might go back to doing an hour on the weekend. But at least for the next few weeks, I'm just going to do Monday through Friday and go from there. Thanks for the like. I really appreciate that. So yeah, likes, follows, subscribes, any positive vibes that you can send my way. Please feel free to do that. In any case, I'm structuring it so Mondays and Fridays I do exercises. Mondays and Fridays I do stretches, basically. So this past weekend, what I did is I played tennis and I went bicycling. So well over an hour for both of those each day, Saturday, Sunday. I was spent. I mean, I was just going to injure myself if I tried to do more. As a matter of fact, at some point in time, I've injured some muscle right here in my chest, and my dog's right there. Hey, doggy, oh, such a good boy. So at some point in time, I've injured my chest, so I'm trying to nurse this injury a little bit. It's not so much an injury; it's probably just a muscle pull. I don't know what it is. It got aggravated, I think, by the bicycling, because on the bicycling, I was off-roading a little bit, and I'm just standing like this with a bicycle or pedaling like this with a bicycle for extended period of time, and this little chest muscle, whatever it is, got a little aggravated over the weekend. That or maybe the tennis, because this is my dominant side, so maybe a little bit of both. In any case, I'm going to nurse this injury a little bit. When I do these workouts, I'm not going to be quite as aggressive with weights on this side. I'm still going to stretch it as I would normally. I'm just stretching my legs here while I talk, but yeah. I gotta tone some things down, just to nurse this chest issue back to health. In any case, today I have upper back and neck stretches set up. So I'll get started with some cat-cows. I'm gonna do 3 sets of cat-cows. All right. I like starting with the cat-cows. It's a nice, easy exercise, or nice, easy stretch. Gets the back, wakes up the back a little bit. In any case, for this, I'm going to get on all fours, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and bringing my back down to a cow. And coming back up to cat for 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do 4 of these, so 4, 3, 2, 1, cat, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, cow, 4, 3, 2, 1, cat, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, cow, 4, 3, 2, 1, cat, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. 1. So that's one set. Looks like I'm only going to do 2 sets of this. That's what I have written down here. Yeah, so I'll do one more set. My back's feeling great. The core It's not a relatively new injury. I think I went a little too heavy with my weights a week or two ago, and I felt a little knot there. And ever since then, it's progressed a little bit more. I bet you the muscle is growing or building there, and it's a knot. I mean, sometimes I can put my finger there and I can just work it out almost, and it feels a lot better. But then later on, it just feels tight again. It doesn't hurt a whole lot. It's just I noticed that there's a problem there. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back to these cat cows. Hands underneath shoulders, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And for the cow, I'm getting a better stretch these days. I can feel, it feels like a better stretch. And cat, I feel like I have more muscle, more control. That's 1, or I should say 4. Cow, cat. That's 3. Cow, cat. That's 2. Cow, cat. That's 1. And that's done for that. Yeah, so I must be doing something right. I spoke to family that lives on the other side of the country this past weekend, and they didn't recognize my voice. I think it's because I have a little bit of muscle up here now and back here, and all the things that are making the noise that are coming out of my mouth have a little bit more muscle on it. Changes things. Maybe it was just a bad morning for my relative. Anyways, so child's pose is next. I'm going to do 2 sets of the child's pose. So yeah, I'm at day 30 something, and aside from that little injury or little whatever it is, knot in my chest, feels good. As soon as I start stretching, it kind of goes away. So yeah, I might have to talk to someone, a professional, about that. It's probably just a little knot, and maybe a masseuse can iron it out. In any case, I'm doing a child's pose. For child's pose, forearms in front of you, forehead to the ground in between the elbows or forearms somewhere, and then the butt needs to press towards the ankles. So my head is down, and my butt presses towards the ankles for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Okay. Ooh, one more set of child's pose. Yeah, that sounds about right. Getting to it. Forearms to the ground, forehead to the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. All right, that's a great way to warm up your back. I'll check the board for chats here. I'm a little too far away to read. This is great. One thing. Now this is fantastic. Okay, so yeah, next up is the wall stretch. I'm gonna do 2 sets of the wall stretch. So I think my dog knows he's on camera. He's hunkered down right here. He's a good boy. Next up is a wall stretch. For the wall stretch, I have to approach the wall. I'll start with this wall. I got to bring my forearm straight into the wall here. And then use my feet to rotate away from that shoulder, or stretch, open up the shoulder and stretch open the shoulder. once I've gotten to about where I need to go to find a stretch here, I deepen my stretch by pointing my chin away from that shoulder, opening up the stretch a little bit more. And even my arm, at this point I'm using my other arm to open and widen my stretch. I'm going to hold this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. Slowly coming out of it. In the past I've come out of that too fast. And it sends little thunderbolts all through my body. Not good. Okay, the other side, I'm doing it behind these bags, but it's the same thing. Forearm against the wall. I use my feet to open up my shoulder here. Once I get to about to where I'm going to go, I deepen the stretch with my chin going away from my shoulder. Then I can open up the stretch even more with my arm flowing away from this shoulder that I'm trying to stretch. And once I find my stretch, I'll count for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that's done. Okay, I got one more set of this wall stretch coming up. So for this, I'll come at it again. Hands up, fingers straight up. I'll rotate away from the shoulder with my feet. Deepen the. Once I get to where I want to stretch, I'll deepen the stretch by turning my chin away from the open shoulder, and then a little bit more with my arm away from the shoulder, and holding this for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That felt great this time. Okay, this time I wanted a little bit more room, so I'm going to actually go on this side of the bags. And yeah, this is going to give me more room. So for this, I'll rotate my chin away from the open shoulder. And then finally my arm to open up the chest that much more. I'm finding my stretch and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That felt great. It really opens up the chest from this one side and from the other side. Feels great. I think I have to open up my wristband a little bit. It's a little tight. Let's see. I'll open it up 2 notches so I don't have to address it again tonight. Okay, so that is it for the wall stretch. Next up is a trunk rotation. I've seen this done standing up, but honestly, the one on the ground is a little easier to do because you get to lay down on the ground a little bit, so that's the direction I'll go in tonight. My knees are going to be bent, stacked together. I'm going to flop them over in this direction. While my knees flop this way, my arms and my head and my torso is going to flop the other way, giving a bit of a squeeze to my midsection here. I'm going to try to engage my core. I did find something interesting. When I was able to engage my core a little bit during this the part that's getting squeezed, I think it added something to it. It was difficult because it's going in 2 different directions, but I think it did add something to the trunk rotation. So I'll give it a little squeeze. I mean, I can't really give it a big squeeze because it's helped me out a little bit. In any case, I'll get started now. My knees are up. And so I'm stacking my knees, I'm stacking my ankles. I'm going to flop them this way. My arms and my head are going to flop in the other direction. And once I get to my stretch, I'm going to try to engage my core a little bit, as much as I can, which isn't a whole lot right now. And I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring both my lower body and upper body back up to neutral, nice and slow. Now I'm going to drop my knees in the other direction, knees stacked, ankle stacked. My arms, my head, my neck, and upper body to the opposite my knees. Try to engage my core for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly back up to neutral. Okay, so that was one set. I'm going to check to see how many sets I have planned. Okay, I'm on my back. I'm feeling good. I'm getting plenty of air today. I credit that to the cardio I did over the weekend. I think on the weekend I did, the biking and the tennis. And cardio opens up my airways. I feel a ton better when I do some cardio type work. So I highly recommend it. I mean, I should sit up for this conversation. So for the cardio just seems to help me get my breath in and out easier. Like running, biking, tennis. This past weekend, my breathing feels a ton easier, not labored or whatnot, and yeah, I mean it's the thing to do. So I mean, if you're like me and you're working Monday through Friday, doing an hour of this type of stuff that I'm shooting on video during the Monday through Friday seems to be working for me. And then on the weekends, I actually do more on the weekends, even though I'm not recording it. It's a whole lot more difficult to record playing tennis and biking and running or whatnot. Eventually, I think I might throw some of those videos in here, but honestly, I don't want to mix and match too much. I like just having these specific videos here, and but I mean, I don't want to mislead anybody. On the weekends I am doing a bunch of cardio, and stuff the stuff I want to do that these workout sessions give me the opportunity to do better and more comfortably. So okay, I got 2 more sets of the trunk rotation coming up. I'll be quiet now. Okay, knees up. They're gonna fall. The knees are gonna fall in this direction. My upper body's gonna fall in the other direction. So this is my trunk rotation. As I get my upper body in the other direction, my head, both my arms, I'm stacking my knees and my ankles, and then the trick is to engage your core a little bit. I can only engage it a little bit. It's hard to engage it because it's what's being rotated here. But I can feel a little bit of engagement, and I think that's all I need. I'm going to hold it for 6. 1. Then slowly come back up to neutral with both sides, upper and lower body. And now bring the knees to the other side. Knees stacked, ankle stacked. Arms and head opposite the knees. Engaging the core that little bit. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back up to neutral. I got 1 more set of trunk rotation coming up. Man, this dog is getting comfortable. Hopefully he's on camera for you, because, man, I'm jealous. He looks so comfortable. Anyways. I've almost spoken my piece about the whole weekend thing. I need a few more seconds to catch my breath, but in the meantime I can talk about the weekend thing. So yeah, this chest issue, I probably aggravated with the tennis and the biking, because with the biking there's a lot of stabilizing. You got the 2 handlebars here, and there's a lot of stabilizing through the, I think of this as like a horseshoe kind of deal, from arms all the way around. So I stabilize through my arm, chest, horseshoe. And so the biking works through that chest muscle a little bit. And of course the tennis flows through that chest muscle. So I'm talking a lot about it. It's the only thing that bother. It's not like an outright pain or anything. So, but it is something that's going to keep me from doing heavier weights. I'm not doing weights today, but sometime during the week I'll probably end up bringing out the dumbbells, and I'm going to keep the weights really low. Give this thing a chance to heal. I might have to do it for 2 or 3 weeks to keep the weights really low, just until this goes away. I'm hitting it with the massage gun as well. We'll see. All right, trunk rotation, set 3 coming up. So knees are going to fall one comfortably, and knees and ankles stacked. Now that I'm finding my stretch in the trunk rotation, I'm going to engage my core for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back up to neutral, and then bringing the knees over to the other side. Knees stacked, ankle stacked, arms and head pointing opposite the knees. Once I get to where I'm going, I'm going to engage my core and hold. Oh, that engagement is much better. I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up to neutral. Okay, so I've been doing this trunk rotation for pretty much at least once a week, maybe twice a week. Yeah, I think once a week. I don't know, once or twice a week for the last 30-something days. So I guess that's 4 weeks. And today I think is the first. I mean, the core wasn't stable. It was twisted, bottom one way, top the other way. But I felt both sides, upper and bottom, engaging in some way. That's progress. I might actually have a little bit of muscle on there. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that. Next up on my list is the shoulder roll. I love the shoulder roll. It's super simple, and it does loosen up upper back, neck, that sort of thing. I need a sip of water before I get started with the shoulder rolls. I'm only doing 2 sets apparently, but I'll make them some quality sets. Okay. So for the shoulder rolls, I'm going to do 10 reps, and oh, let me check for chats real quick before I get started. All right, looking good. So for the shoulder rolls, I'm doing 10 reps here. I'm going to start in about 10, 15 seconds here. And it's pretty simple to do because I'm going to do them forwards, rolling this way, and then backwards, rolling the other way. Nice and slow, too. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to breathe. And since the core is kind of not doing anything, I'm going to see if I can engage my core. So I'm going to throw in, while I'm counting, I'm going to throw in some cues to engage your core. Just kind of tighten everything up like you're doing a crunch or something like that. But let me get started with the shoulder roll. I like to go forwards first. So shoulders up towards the ears, forwards in front of you, down away from your ears, and back. And that's 10. Keep rolling. 9. Engage that core. 8. 7. Keep that core engaged. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I think I did an extra 1 or 2. It's all good. Oh, backwards. So that was only half the set. The other half is up, shoulders up and to the back and down, then to the front for 10, 9, engage that core, 8. It's hard to keep the core engaged, but do your best. I am. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm having trouble with the core engagement here today. 2, 1. And I think the reason I was having trouble with my core engagement is I was getting a ton out of the shoulder roll. In the past, when I first started doing this, my shoulders were these little guys, I think. If I remember correctly, it was these little shoulders. That's all I could do. That's all I felt comfortable with. But now I can use whatever muscle I've built over the last 30-something days and kind of press down and press up. And I think my motion is a little bigger, heavier, stronger. And as I'm focusing on the shoulders, the focus isn't quite in the midsection. I mean, the whole point of this is for the shoulders. So if you lose a little traction in your core, not a big deal. Your focus should be on the shoulders. I mean, the core, engaging the core is just a bonus for that exercise. One more set of shoulder rolls coming up. Okay. So, pretty much like the first set. Gonna get started here in about a couple seconds. I'm just taking a deep breath and start. Shoulders up, forwards, down, and back, up, forwards, down, and back, up, forwards, down, and back, and around. Let's do it. Oh, I haven't been counting. I think that's I'm down to 6. 6 more to go. 5, 4. I was just enjoying the stretch. Did I do 4? I'll do 4 again. Why not? 3, 2. I'm sweating a little bit. 1. And done in that direction. Now I have my shoulders up and I'm going to go rotate backwards and down and forwards and up again for 10. Engage that core if you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Yeah, so I have a little muscle diagram. I call it my muscle man. So in here, all these little neck muscles are outlined. They have names to them. I'm not going to read out any of the names, but it's looking like there's like a good 10, give or take a couple. So I'll say between 8 and 10 muscles that are making up this neck area. So as I was rolling my shoulders, I was trying to loosen up those neck muscles next, because the next set of activities I have planned are for loosening up my neck. Next one up is one of my favorites. It's the neck flex. And for this, it's pretty simple. I just roll my head to the side, hold it for a couple seconds, roll it down, hold for a couple seconds, roll it to the other side, and I'll just count off. I'm only doing three reps, but I count them a little funky, but it works for me. It really seems more like 5 reps, but I'll count them as 3. In any case, tilting my head this way to get started, feeling a stretch out on the opposite side of the neck, holding, chin down for the next stop, stretching the back of the neck, anything you can stretch from the front here, and over to the opposite side. This is for 1. Back down to the middle. Original side. Feeling as much stretching as you can. Back down to the middle. Try to engage your core if you can. Core is not doing anything right now. Might as well get engaged. And of course, do your stretch as best you can. And back over to the opposite side for 2. So one more rep of this. And back down. Back over to the original side. Back down. And back to the other side for 3. That's set number 1. I have 2 more sets coming up. I'm going to shake things out a little bit, take a sip of water. As I was transitioning over on this side, I could feel that knot in my chest I was talking about earlier. Other than that, getting a good stretch on my neck. I'm taking a deep breath or 2. And coming back over to the first side, holding that there for a couple seconds, stretching this out as much as humanly possible, engaging the core, and now bringing the chin down, and bringing the head over to the other side. That's 1. Chin down. Head back over to the original side. Engaging that core if you can, feeling the stretch in the neck on the opposite side of your head. Chin down. Head back over to the opposite side for 2. Chin down. Head back over to the original side. Feeling a stretch of the neck, engaging the core as best you can. Chin down. All right, I'm starting to feel the core engagement here, so that's good. And neck back over to the opposite side. Holding for a couple seconds. Taking a breath. Shake the neck out a little bit, just a little bit. Shake the feet, arms, legs. Shake it, loosen up. One more set of the neck flex. Coming up. Need a sip of water and I'll get right back to it. Okay. For the neck flex, I'm going to bring my head over to the original side, stretching out the opposite side of the neck. Bring my head down to the middle, chin down, back of the neck is stretching. Now back over to the opposite side. That's for 1 rep. Head back to the original side. Getting a good stretch, engaging that core if you're not already doing so. Getting some engagement now. Chin down. And I think that was 3. If it's not 3, it's okay, because I think it was 3. In any case, I was nice and relaxed. I lost count. I was focusing on whatever was going on. If that was 3, great. If it was only 2, oh well. My neck is feeling fantastic, so it did its job. Next exercise up here on this list is the overhead arm reach. So for the overhead arm reach, let's see. Okay, so that's pretty simple. I'm going to put my palms together over my head, and then I'm going to reach to one side, stretching my the opposite side open, engaging that core as best I can, holding for 6. Once I get to where I'm going, holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back up to neutral and going back to the other side. Finding a stretch. I'm neither trying to go forwards or backwards. I'm trying to keep my spine neutral in the forwards and backwards direction, but in the left-right direction, I'm definitely bending to one side. Once I get to the stretch I'm looking for, engaging the core and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back up to neutral. Okay. Somehow that felt a little bit more difficult than it had in the past. Not sure exactly why. But I only have one more set of that to go. Maybe I'm going a little further. I did find that more difficult than I had in the past. Nothing hurt, but maybe I'm just tired. Okay, so, I gotta shake things out a little bit. I'll take another sip of water. In this next set, I'm gonna focus in on my breathing a little bit. Maybe I'm talking too much and breathing too little bit. So, and of course I'll try and engage my core. So for the overhead arm reach second set, I'm gonna just press my palms together up overhead and then start bending to one side. Neither forwards nor backwards, right down the middle. Keeping my knees slightly bent so I can keep my balance. Coming off to the side. Once I find the stretch I'm looking for, I'm going to count down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back up to neutral. One other thing, key thing to point out is, as I go over to the other side, is to keep both of your feet flat on the floor. Neither foot should lift up. So I'm stretching in the other direction at this point, looking for my stretch. It's feeling pretty good at this point. I'm going to hold for 6, 5, engaging my core, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up to neutral. Something's different about that exercise. Maybe it was the tennis and the bicycling. I don't know. Something changed. It was a little bit more challenging. It was both a little bit more challenging and a little easier. Maybe I was engaging my core more. I don't know. Something's going on. But it felt positive in the grand scheme of things. So I'm not going to complain too much. It was good changes. Next up, I have something called thread the needle. So basically, I last time I did this, I said I was going to watch a video. I did not watch a video. But the idea is you get down on all fours here, maybe in a modified plank position, and take one of my shoulders and thread the needle underneath me. I'm going to hold that for, I guess I'm on all fours here. I'm going to hold that for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Threading that needle. Once I get to the full stretch, I'm going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. All right, so that was one set. Let me see how many sets I have planned. 2 more sets. Let me see how I'm doing on time. Okay, I'm going to cut that down to 1 set because I have a whole bunch of other exercises I want to get to, and I'm starting to run low on time because I've been talking a bit. That's okay. It's all good. All right. Yeah, so I'm also, the reason the time's important is I'm trying to keep these things to 60 minutes. I don't know, just to keep everything kind of compact, easy to manage, predictable. I think I had one session that went over like 7 minutes, but for the most part, they've been hovering right at 50, somewhere between 58 minutes and 62 minutes. So I've been doing a decent job with that. All right, I'm going to thread the needle again. Bringing this arm through, finding a stretch, trying to engage my core while I'm stretching through here. 2, 1, and slowly come out of it. Getting ready for the other side. Threading that needle through this way. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back out nice and slow. All right, that was it for thread the needle. It feels pretty good. It's a little asymmetric. It seems to stretch out my shoulders a bit. That's where I need it. All right, next up is neck extension, backward bending. So I'll read out my notes here. Gently extend the neck by looking upward, bringing the head backward while keeping the shoulders and back stationary. Once the head has gone back as far as it can go without increasing pain, try to hold the stretch for 6 seconds, returning the head to neutral position. So I'll hold it for a 6 count up there. I'm going to do 4 sets of these. I've done them before. The first time I did it, it just blew my mind how well it worked. And then every time I've done it since, it hasn't been quite as spectacular. But yeah, let's give it a go. So feet about shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent for balance, shoulders away from my ears, slowly looking straight up, bringing the front of the neck, stretching the front of the neck really. At some point in time, my jaw can't go up anymore, but the upper jaw can still go backwards some. I'm keeping my shoulders stationary here, but I am trying to deepen that stretch. Once I'm as far as I'm going to go, I think I'm about as far as I'm going to go here. I want to count down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come out of it. One thing I didn't do on this set that I'll try to do on the next 3 sets is to engage my core. Once I'm up there, I'll start barking out, engage the core, or something like that. So I'm going to take 2 breaths here. And get back to it. One more breath, and we're going to get back to it here. Coming up, bringing my shoulders away from my ears, bringing my head, eyes pointing towards the ceiling, deepening the stretch, engaging the core, deepening the stretch, engaging the core, deepening the stretch, finding a engaged core and deepened stretch, holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly coming back to neutral. Nice and slow. I think I did this, I came back to neutral fast once, and it was just strange muscle feelings. I really recommend not doing that fast. If you feel like you can handle it, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to handle it, but I do not feel like I could handle it. There's like strange sensations that pop up. It's kind of creepy. In any case, got 2 more sets of this. Oh, engaging the core while I'm going back seemed to help. I was able to engage the core most of the time while I was in my count. Coming up for the 3rd set of neck extension backward bending. So my eyes are going up towards the ceiling, trying to engage my core. Eyes going up some more. That's about as far as my head's gonna go. I can bring my jaw up a little bit and deepen the stretch that way. And I gotta engage the core. Engaging the core now. Holding for 6, 5, 4. Deepen that stretch if you can. 3, 2, 1. And let go. Coming back to neutral, nice and slow. That's the speed that works for me. I don't want to lose my balance out here. As funny as it would be for me to fall over, it's pointless. One more set of this neck extension towards the back. All right, gonna take a couple breaths. And slowly starting to bring my gaze straight up into the ceiling, keeping my shoulders in a nice relaxed position away from my ears. As my eyes set to the ceiling, I deepen the stretch with my upper jaw, going further back. And I can pull my lower jaw straight up. That seems to deepen the stretch. Engage the core in the meantime. So try to deepen the stretch with your upper jaw, lower jaw, and engage that core. 4, 3, and I mean slow. Yeah, that definitely does something for me. Like I said, the first time I did it, it was a mind-blowing experience. I feel for whatever reason, I'd never done this before. I just Googled, I searched for upper back and neck stretches, and this thing came up. And I said, okay. It looked a little too simple, but I'll give it a go. Whoever put it on the internet said, hey, this is a good exercise for beginner. So, it's a really simple exercise, but I'd never done it before exactly like this. I'm just ecstatic. That feels so good for me. It's a good thing for me. All right, 2 more exercises. Let me see if I'm good on time. I am good on time for the moment. I'm going to cut both of them down to three sets. I had 4 sets written out. I'm going to come down to 3 sets. The notes on the next one is called a neck flexion, forward bending. Gradually lower the chin towards the chest, looking downward while only moving the head. Once the head has been flexed as far as it can go, hold it for 6. So here we go. Leg shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. bringing the head down, chin to the chest, as far as it can go. Engaging that core. That didn't say engage the core, but gonna engage the core. It's just sitting there doing nothing otherwise. So engaging the core, flexing that neck, holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Slowly coming out of it. I like that exercise too. I just don't get as much of it from the forward direction as from the backward bend. I'm going to shake out the arms and neck a teeny bit and go straight to set 2 of the neck flexion forward bending. So I start with the head up. Now I'm putting my chin towards my chest with only my head moving. Engaging the core. Now that my chin's in my chest, engaging my core and holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. And coming back up to neutral. Okay, one more set. I'm gonna rotate my trunk a teeny bit. Get my core. And when I engage my core, tends to do something. I'm feeling that knot in my chest here as I turn in this direction. That's such a strange feeling. Hope I didn't tear something in there. Honestly, I look at my muscle man and I need a professional. I can't tell. There's a few muscles that are layered right here, and I can't tell what it could be. Some pro would have to give me their best guess based on where it hurts and how I'm moving. It's definitely not in my shoulder. My shoulder can move all at once. It's right here in my chest. Anyway, one more neck flexion, forward bending. Knees slightly bent, feet shoulder width apart, head up, shoulders relaxed, head coming slowly down, chin to the chest. Engaging that core for giggles. Opening the back of my neck as best I can. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And done. Coming out of it slowly. Feeling great. Okay. One last exercise before I sign off. 3 sets of this following neck rotation. So turn side to side. I have some notes here I'm going to read off. While keeping the back straight and shoulders still, gradually turn the head to the left as far as it can go. Once I go to the left, I'll count the 6. I'll bring it to neutral. I'll go to the other side for 6. So 6 to the one side, 6 to the other side. And it's just the head rotating like this. Everything else remains the same. Shoulders still, back still, everything still. So I'm getting started now. Rotating the head as far as it can go. Engaging the core, why not? And my head's as far as it can go, holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back to neutral. Back to the other side. Head's going as far as it can go. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, I'm going to relax. Let's see. 2 more sets. 2 more sets, and then I'll sign off. Apart, knees slightly bent for balance. Head straight up, shoulders away from the ears. Rotating to one side, head to one side. Engaging the core, because otherwise it's not doing anything there. Once my Head stretches as far as it can to the one side. Going to hold for 6, 5, 4, 3. Trying to deepen the stretch. 2, 1. Head slowly back up to neutral. Back over to neutral. Keeping the core engaged if you can. Head coming back over to the opposite side. Pressing as far as it can. Turning as far as it can. Engaging that core as best you can. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, neutral. I'm squeezing so hard, I literally squeezed a drop of sweat out of my head, I think. I didn't feel the sweat pouring until this last exercise. Like, I came over this way and it almost felt like a bubble of water came off my head. I wonder if it was just sitting there or what, or did I squeeze a bunch of sweat out there? I don't know how that works. I'll check for chats real quick. I have one more set to go before I sign off. Chats are looking fantastic. Appreciate any likes, follows, subscribes, whatever positive comments you might have for me. Throw them out there. Questions. I'll do the best I can answering questions. I'm no doctor. I'm no expert here, but I'm here. And if you want to throw some comments and questions at me, I'll do what I can to answer. One more set of this going on. So, feet are ready for the balance. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck is turning off to the one side. Just the neck and head are moving. Engaging the core as best I can. Stretching that neck out as much as I can to the one side. Engaging that core still. Getting to where I'm going. Holding for 6, 5, 4, neutral. Try to keep the core engaged as you move your head back over to the opposite side. Cranking that neck over to the opposite side. Engaging that core. Deepening the stretch of the neck. Once you find the core engagement, the neck stretch as best you can. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly coming back up to neutral. Just unwinding. The first few inches my head comes over, it's just a natural unwinding of my muscles. It kind of feels great. It's almost like going down a slide. I hadn't been doing this type of stretching before, and I'm kind of enjoying it more than I thought I would. Okay, yeah, I like to close off with a forward fold at the very end, but I'll sign off right here. My name is JC. This has been Dad Bod with JC. I'm going to finish up with a forward fold and say goodbye. So here comes the forward fold, coming down as far as I can. I'm going to see if I can touch my toes. Relax the head, relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Relax the core even. Relaxing my back. Coming closer to the ground than I had in the past, I think. I had touched my shoulders in the past, or my toes in the past. But I'm getting close here. I was doing this every day for more than 60 minutes, but this is pretty comfortable. All right, I'm ready to come back up. Coming back up to neutral nice and slow. This has been great. I hope to see you next time.